Hello, citizens of Townville. This is Akira. I wanted to post a video that help you guys decide which mouse adapter is best for your gaming needs when you're playing on a console. The two biggest mouse adapters on the market right now for the consoles are the VenomX and the XIM4. If you're using a console controller while playing FPS games, you're really doing yourself a major disservice. Look, if you had to cut down a tree and had a choice of an axe or a hammer, which would you choose? Sure, both will eventually do the job, but the axe would do it more efficiently and in less time. I don't want to come off sounding like a dick, even though some people say I sound like a dick. But if you console gamers really want to dominate FPS games, that's first-person shooters for you laymen out there, you should play them the way they were meant to be played, with a mouse. Whether you accept it or not, the precision of a mouse is legendary in the gaming community. In this video, I'll give you some advice and tips when choosing the best mouse adapter for your consoles. First, I'm going to do a general description of each device. Then I'll show you some gameplay using both controllers, the VenomX and the XIM4. And finally, I'll have a verdict to help you out to decide which device is probably best for you. Now, many console gamers have criticized my previous videos saying using a mouse in a console is cheating. Yeah, that's cool. That's your opinion. But before you criticize me, you should try to walk a mile in my shoes. That way, when you do criticize me, you'll be a mile away and you'll have my shoes. It's a win-win for you. Anywho, with that said, let's get started. First, let's talk about the popular XIM4. The XIM4 is a transceiver box that plugs directly into your gaming console's USB port. Whether it's last-gen or new-gen consoles you use, this little device makes using a mouse, keyboard, and any other type of controller easy-peasy. The XIM4 has 3 USB ports and a pairing button for wireless controllers and or keyboards. One USB port is for the console's controller. The XIM4, just like the VenomX, will only function if you have a wired controller. All you really need to do is use the charging cable for your controller and plug that right into the XIM4. The only console that you'll need an official wired controller would be the one for the Xbox 360. Other than that, you should all have charging USB cables for your controllers for games like the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One. So there's no worries there. It's only the Xbox 360 that you need an official wired Xbox 360 controller. The other 2 USB ports on the XIM4 are for a mouse and keyboard or other type of controller. Me, I generally use the Razer Naga Hex mouse and the PlayStation Nav controller. Remember that from the PlayStation Move back in the PS3 days? I do have other gaming keyboards like Razer's Tartarus, but I prefer using the wand type of controllers, similar to the Nintendo's Nunchuck. I noticed that when I have my hand all crunched together on a keyboard, I can get carpal tunnel, and I mentioned that prior to in a different video. So, I don't like having crab hands. If you choose a wireless controller like the PlayStation Nav controller or similar wireless controllers, just plug it into the XIM4 via its charging cable, turn it on, and then just hit the pair button on the XIM4, and it'll pair with it. And then you can unplug it, and it's permanently paired. The XIM4 also has a really cool way to map the buttons at any point you want. You can download their app to your smartphone, tablets, computer. What this does is it allows you to change your controller settings on the fly without pausing the game, unplugging the XIM4, plugging it into your computer to set up the device. And that's like the VenomX and other devices do that. The XIM4 doesn't. You just download the app. You could have it sitting there next to you where you're playing, press pause, mess with the controllers, set the mappings, settings the way you like it, the mouse speeds, and it's awesome. The XIM4 also looks really cool with its LED lights and its funky X shape. Now, I'm sure all of you heard about the infamous VenomX. This little device holds a place in my heart, next to watching reruns of Saved by the Bell. The VenomX is not just a transceiver, but it's also a really cool gaming mouse and wand controller. That's right, you get 3 things for the price of 1. Though, like the XIM4, the VenomX plugs directly into your console's USB port. The VenomX also has 3 ports on it as well. One is for your console's controller. The other 2 are for a mouse and or keyboard device. The transceiver has 2 buttons on its surface. One is for switching game profiles, which you'll set up and save using the VenomX software on a computer. and the other button is a pairing button for remote devices. Similar to the XIM4, you can also use wireless devices that just need to be paired via the Bluetooth technology it has on the pairing button. The wand you get with the VenomX is already paired, so you don't have to even worry about that. It's ready to go. On the rear of the transceiver, there's this switch that allows you to switch the VenomX from PlayStation to Xbox to PC. Basically, if you're going to play on the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4, just switch it to the PS button. If you're going to play on an Xbox 360 or the Xbox One, just switch it to Xbox. And if you're going to play on a computer, or if you're going to remap the buttons or tweak your mouse speeds on the VenomX, just switch it to PC and then plug the USB of the VenomX transceiver into a computer. What I want to do now is show how each device moves and plays while on a console. For this video, I'll be using the PlayStation 4. Both the VenomX and the XIM4 work awesome on the Xbox One and also work amazing on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. If you're like me and still use the older console game systems, you'll have a blast using a mouse controller on games like Borderlands, Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare, Crisis, Battlefield, and so on. Anywho, first up we're going to demonstrate how the XIM4 feels using it on the PlayStation 4. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Akira, and what I'm going to do right now is show you some gameplay movement with the XIM4, and then I'll go over to the VenomX. This is a Battlefield Hardline on the PlayStation 4. And what I want to show you is some basic, oh lovely, I can't chat. I want to show you some basic movements so you get the gist of how swift the mouse controller can be. I'm playing with the XIM4. And then I'm also using a Razer mouse, which I use for both the VenomX and the XIM4. And with the XIM4, I'm going to be using the PlayStation Nav controller. With that said, let's try some stuff out, okay? Here's some side-to-side movement. I have it set on super sensitive, okay? You see the mouse? I'm moving side to side. Okay, now I'm going to go up and down. It's really smooth, okay? Diagonals, okay? Now let's do small circles, big circles. That's pretty good. What about aiming down the sight, you say? Well, let's look at these boxes right here. Okay, side to side, perfect. Up and down, no problems. Diagonal, this is the XIM4, okay? There's diagonals. Small circles, there's a little circle right there, I'm going to be circling it. Larger circles. Okay, and as you can see, when you turn around, it's just a tiny little switch left to right with the mouse, and you spin completely around. What I'll be doing next is I'll show you some footage of the VenomX. And again, to me, both of them are 1-to-1 ratio. They both are really well, but some people wanted to see a video of using the mouse and controller in conjunction with a video. So, with that said, let's go to the VenomX. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Akira. And what I'll be doing right now is showing you a video with me using the VenomX controller on Battlefield Hardline for the PlayStation 4. I did a video earlier of the XIM4. Now I'll be showing you one of the VenomX controller. So let's get started. I'm going to show you side-to-side movement. Okay, nice and smooth. Now I'm going to go up and down. Nice and smooth. Diagonally. Okay, small circles, bigger circles. And let's aim down the sights. Let's look at this hubcap over here. We're going to go side to side, up and down, diagonally. Let's do some small circles and some very large circles. And there you go. This is the video, and I hope this helps show you what the VenomX can do on the PS4. Thank you. Now it's time to find out which device is worth your time and your hard-earned cash, people. Let's start with the pros and cons of the XIM4. Cool things about the XIM4? Well, having the accessibility to easily remap your buttons and mouse speeds by simply using the XIM4 app on any smartphone or tablet is freaking awesome. No more unplugging the transceiver from your console just to plug it into a computer to remap the buttons or adjust mouse speeds. This remote accessibility via the XIM4 app is friggin' off the hook. Awesome. Congrats, XIM4. Awesome. Good job. Another cool feature of the XIM4, the XIM4 people are constantly updating the software for the newest games that are on the market for every single console. All you need to do is select the game on the XIM4 app, configure your settings, hit save, and that's it. So whenever you're going to play a particular game, all you need to do is find the game's logo on the XIM4 using your tablet or a smartphone, which is already saved, and then bam, you're ready to go. That's it. Another cool thing about the XIM4 is absolutely 1-to-1 ratio. That means there's no lag when you're moving your mouse, spinning around. You'll love how easily and quickly you can do these things, like aiming and spinning when you're playing on a PlayStation or Xbox console. It is awesome. Now we're going to talk about the cons to the XIM4. Well, the fact you're paying so much for a transceiver with no other mouse, wand, or keyboard kind of sucks. If you're a console gamer who doesn't own a keyboard or gaming mouse, you'll not only have to pay for the XIM4, but now you got to go out and buy a mouse and keyboard or wand or other gaming device just to use with the XIM4. I don't know about you, but not all console gamers have a mouse and keyboard on standby, nor do they have extra pints of blood to sell to buy these things on top of the XIM4. Shame on you, David Hasselhoff. Shame on you. The second con I wanted to mention is the learning curve of using the XIM4 software. The mapping the buttons is pretty easy, but if you're not used to mouse speeds, the nomenclature, or there are many configurations, you'll be more confused than trying to figure out who shot first, Greedo or Han Solo. All kidding aside, if you're a console gamer who's not familiar with the mouse settings via PC, you'll probably need to do some research on figuring out what you can and cannot do with the XIM4 mouse settings. Another con, and it's not a big one, but hey, is the packaging. The packaging is just a box with a picture of the XIM4. I know what you're thinking, it's a box. That's not a deal breaker for some, but hey, listen, when you're paying that much money for a device, you want a really cool looking packaging that's going to come to your door, not just a simple cardboard box with a picture on it. Now let's talk about the major pros and cons to the VenomX. The first major pro for the VenomX is you're not only getting a transceiver, but you're also getting a gaming mouse and wand controller. That's right. Unlike the XIM4 that just gives you a transceiver box, for a similar price or close to it, you can get all three devices with the VenomX. So if you're a console player who wants to finally use the precision of a mouse on your console, the VenomX provides you all you need to jump into battle without spending extra money on a mouse, keyboard, and other controller. The second advantage of the VenomX is their software. Again, if you're new to setting up a mouse controller or mapping buttons, the VenomX software is user-friendly and super easy to figure out. So, once you set up a configuration for your mouse and wand, just save it to any game profile and you're ready to serve drinks to innocent women, Bill Cosby style. What, too soon? Alrighty then. Another cool feature that you can do with the software is activate rapid fire, and that's primarily for all you cheating little pricks out there. I highly don't recommend activating the rapid fire function while playing online, but that'll be like telling a fat kid they can only eat one cookie from the cookie jar. Yeah, it's not cool to cheat, and neither is camping, map glitching, or running around with a shotgun on every match. A third cool aspect of the VenomX is their packaging. If you watch unboxing videos for the VenomX compared to the XIM4, you'll know what I speak. Let's face it, packaging doesn't define how well the device will work. But listen, if you're on a blind date and the blind date shows up wearing no makeup, wrinkled clothes, hair all a mess, you're going to be like, okay. The final aspect of the VenomX, that's pretty cool. Just like the XIM4, the VenomX is absolutely 1-to-1 ratio. That means there's no lag when moving your mouse. Just like the XIM4, you'll love how easy and quick you can aim and spin around while you're playing. Super quick. Similar to my lovemaking, I've been told. Now we're going to discuss the cons or negatives to the VenomX. Well, the only major disadvantage the VenomX has is whenever you really want to remap your buttons or change your mouse speeds. And believe me, that is a major disadvantage. Unlike the XIM4 that makes it super easy to do within seconds, the VenomX requires you to stop playing Now you have to unplug the VenomX transceiver from your console, change the switch to PC on the transceiver. Now you got to plug it into your computer. Only then can you change your mouse speeds and remap your controller buttons. Then you got to save the profile. Now you have to unplug the transceiver from your computer, switch the transceiver back to either PlayStation or Xbox, and then finally plug it back into your console. By that time, your team just got their asses handed to them, and you'll probably be hated forever by all your gamers on the friends list that you have. Believe me, I've been playing the hell out of my VenomX and I still love it, but I still get pissed off that I need to be near a computer whenever I want to change my mouse speeds or remap my buttons. If you have a setup where you have a computer near your console, like a laptop, hey, you may get used to it. But it still kind of sucks that you got to go through all that motion just to remap and change your mouse speeds. Get with the times, VenomX. Get with the times. Well, let me start by saying this video is based on my experience with both devices and solely my opinion. I'm not being paid by either XIM4 or the VenomX people. If you want to hate the fact that I have an opinion, that's fine. Yo, I still love you. But look, the truth is, I used to be very indecisive. Now I'm not too sure. Anywho, here's my verdict. If you're a console gamer who finally wants the experience and true precision while playing on a console, I highly recommend the VenomX. For the price, you're getting 3 devices, and using their software is super easy to figure out. Now, if you're a PC gamer who wants to jump ship and join the millions of people that are playing on consoles, like I was, I'd say go with the XIM4. You can use any of your PC gaming devices with the XIM4. Also, the ability to configure mouse speeds and remap your buttons on the fly using their app is friggin' awesome. I hope this video, in my opinion, helps you make a decision on which device is best for you. If you have any questions about these devices, go to their respective websites and check out their forums. If you'd rather drop me a line with a question, I will absolutely try and answer it quickly as I can. With that said, I finally have a question for you. If I choke a Smurf, what color does it turn? Peace out, people, and thanks so much for watching.